Welcome back, my channel Old Cryptocoin. In new video, the story of the Liberty Quarter Dollar begins deep in the history of the United States, where silver coins once passed to the hands of soldiers, workers, shopkeepers, and families building the American dream. Among the most beloved coins in American history are the Liberty Quarter Dollars, coins that carry the image of Lady Liberty as a symbol of freedom, hope, and national pride. Today, we explore three incredible Liberty Quarter Dollar coins that capture the attention of collectors across America. These coins are more than simple currency because each one represents a different era of American history, economic change, and artistic design. From rare mint errors to silver treasures hidden for decades, Liberty Quarter Dollars continue to fascinate coin collectors around the world. Many people still search old coin jars, bankrolls, and family collections hoping to discover one of these valuable quarters worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The first coin in our story is the Standing Liberty Quarter, first introduced in 1916. Designed by sculptor Herman Atkins McNeil, this beautiful quarter showed Lady Liberty standing proudly with shield in one hand and an olive branch in the other. The design represented America's strength and desire for peace during a difficult period in world history. The 1916 Standing Liberty Quarter is one of the rarest quarters ever produced because only a small number were minted before production changed in 1917. Collectors today pay enormous amounts of money for well-preserved examples of this historic coin. Many experts consider it one of the most artistic coins in American history because of its detailed design and elegant appearance. During the early 20th century, these quarters circulated heavily throughout the United States, passing through busy markets, train stations, and small-town shops. Over time, many were worn down, making high-grade examples extremely difficult to find. When collectors discover a clean 1916 Standing Liberty Quarter with strong details, the coin can be worth tens of thousands of dollars at auction. Stories continue to emerge about rare quarters discovered in old collections inherited from grandparents who saved coins during the Great Depression. These discoveries keep the excitement alive for modern collectors searching for hidden treasures. The second Liberty Quarter Dollar in our journey is the 1927 S Standing Liberty Quarter, one of the key dates in the entire series. Minted in San Francisco, this coin had a relatively low production number, making surviving examples extremely rare today. During the late 1920s, America experienced major economic changes before the arrival of the Great Depression. Coins circulated constantly, and few people saved quarters in mint condition. Because of this high-quality 1927, S quarters became some of the most valuable pieces for serious collectors. Experts often describe this coin as one of the toughest standing Liberty quarters to locate, with full details remaining on Liberty's gown and shield. Some collectors spend decades trying to complete a full set of Liberty quarters, and the 1927 S often becomes the most difficult piece to acquire. Auction houses in the United States regularly feature rare examples of this quarter, with prices reaching incredible levels depending on condition and originality. Silver content also adds to the appeal because these old quarters were struck using 90% silver, giving them both historical and precious metal value. Many coin enthusiasts enjoy examining old Liberty quarters under magnification, searching for sharp details, mint marks, and signs of rare die varieties. The San Francisco mint mark on the 1927 S appears on the reverse side beneath the eagle, helping collectors identify this famous rarity. Throughout the years, counterfeit versions have appeared in the market, making authentication extremely important for expensive Liberty quarters. Professional grading companies carefully inspect these coins to confirm authenticity and assign official grades that influence market value. Some collectors prefer heavily circulated Liberty quarters because they show evidence of real American history and everyday use during earlier generations. Others search only for pristine mint state examples with brilliant surfaces and strong luster. No matter the condition, Liberty Quarter Dollars remain deeply connected to America's historical identity and coin collecting culture. The third remarkable coin in this story is the 1930 Standing Liberty Quarter, one of the final years before the Washington Quarter replaced the Liberty design in 1932. By 1930, the United States faced economic hardship as the Great Depression spread across the country. Millions of Americans struggled financially, yet these silver quarters continued circulating in businesses, grocery stores, and banks across the nation. The 1930 Standing Liberty Quarter marked the end of an important chapter in American coin history. Although more common than earlier rare dates, high-grade examples remain highly desirable because many entered circulation immediately and became worn over time. Collectors especially value coins with strong strikes and attractive natural toning, created during decades of storage. Some Liberty quarters develop beautiful shades of blue, gold, and purple, making them visually stunning pieces of American art. The transition from the Standing Liberty Quarter to the Washington Quarter reflected America's desire to honor President George Washington during the bicentennial celebration of his birth. Even after production ended, Liberty quarters remained popular among collectors because of their classic beauty and historical importance. During the 20th century, many Americans unknowingly spent valuable silver quarters in everyday transactions because few realized how collectible these coins would become decades later. Today, treasure hunters still search estate sales, flea markets, antique shops, and inherited coin albums hoping to uncover forgotten Liberty quarter dollars. Some of the most exciting discoveries occur when families open old jars filled with silver coins saved by relatives many years ago. Coin experts recommend checking dates carefully because certain Liberty quarters can be extremely valuable depending on rarity, condition, and mint mark. Cleaning old coins is strongly discouraged because improper cleaning can damage surfaces and reduce collector value significantly. Step 1 in the rich and fascinating history of American coin collecting. Few coins capture the imagination collectors quite like the Utah State Quarter and the legendary Liberty-themed quarter dollars connected to America's past. Today, we explore the remarkable story behind the 2007 Utah-inspired quarter discussion and the historical mystery surrounding older Liberty quarter references often connected by collectors to the late 1800s, including the year 1896. Across flea markets, estate sales, coin shops, and online auctions throughout the United States, collectors continue searching for rare quarter dollars that may hold surprising value hidden in ordinary pocket change. The excitement surrounding these coins comes from their historical symbolism, minting errors, silver content, condition rarity, and the patriotic images representing the spirit of America itself. The Liberty image has appeared on many famous United States coins for generations, becoming one of the most recognizable symbols in American numismatic history. On older coins, Lady Liberty often represented freedom, hope, independence, and the strength of a nation during difficult historical periods. Collectors admire these designs not only for monetary value, but also for the incredible craftsmanship created by engravers more than a century ago. The mention of 1896 instantly attracts experienced coin collectors because many coins from the late 19th century were struck in lower numbers and often circulated heavily across the American frontier. During that era, the United States economy was rapidly expanding westward, railroads were growing, mining towns were booming, and silver coinage played an important role in everyday commerce. Many surviving coins from the 1890s now show heavy wear, making high-grade examples extremely difficult to find. That rarity is one major reason collectors pay close attention whenever an old Liberty-related quarter or silver coin from the 19th century appears at auction. Meanwhile, modern state quarters released beginning in 1999 brought a completely new generation into coin collecting. The United States Mint launched the famous 50 State Quarters program, one of the most successful coin programs in American history. Millions of Americans began checking their pocket change every day, hoping to complete full sets representing every state in the nation. Children, parents, grandparents, and teachers all became involved in the hobby. The Utah-themed discussions among collectors often focus on Western heritage, pioneer history, majestic landscapes, and the symbolism connected to America's expansion into the frontier. Coins celebrating Western states tend to attract strong collector interest because they remind Americans of exploration, determination, and the adventurous spirit that shaped the country. The Denver Mint, marked with a small D mint mark, produced enormous quantities of modern quarters. But even among high-mintage coins, certain examples become valuable due to minting errors or exceptional condition. Some collectors search for double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, missing clad layers, or dramatic misalignments. These minting mistakes can transform an ordinary quarter into a highly sought-after collectible worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on rarity and condition. Coin grading also plays a critical role in determining value. A quarter preserved in mint state condition with brilliant luster, sharp details, and no visible scratches can command a much higher price than a heavily circulated example. Professional grading companies carefully inspect coins under magnification, assigning numerical grades that help buyers and sellers understand quality levels in the marketplace. Collectors often use protective holders, albums, and climate-controlled storage to preserve their most valuable pieces from damage over time. Another reason Liberty-themed quarter dollars remain popular is the emotional connection people feel toward American history. Every coin tells a story about the era in which it was produced. Older Liberty coins remind collectors of industrial growth, frontier expansion, immigration waves, and dramatic changes across the United States during the 19th and early 20th centuries. Meanwhile, modern state quarters celebrate the unique culture and identity of each American state. Many collectors enjoy building complete collections because it creates a sense of achievement and connection to the nation's history. Stories frequently emerge about lucky individuals discovering valuable coins in old jars, inherited collections, bankrolls, or even loose change from grocery stores. These discoveries fuel public fascination with coin collecting and inspire new hobbies to begin searching for treasures of their own. Some rare quarters have sold for astonishing prices at major auctions, especially when connected to famous mint errors or extremely low survival numbers. Collectors often study mint reports, historical records, and auction archives to identify coins with investment potential. The rise of online marketplaces and social media has also transformed the coin collecting world. Enthusiasts from across the United States can now share photographs, discuss grading opinions, compare discoveries, and participate in auctions from their homes. Videos about rare Liberty quarters, state quarters, and valuable mint errors regularly attract millions of views online because audiences enjoy the thrill of treasure hunting. Educational coin content has become especially popular among younger viewers eager to learn how ordinary-looking coins can carry hidden value. Some collectors focus specifically on Denver Mint releases because the Mint produced many famous varieties over the years. Others specialize in Liberty designs, silver coinage, or state quarter sets. No matter the collecting strategy, patience and research remain essential for success in numismatics. Experts recommend examining coins carefully under proper lighting and magnification, paying close attention to dates, mint marks, strike quality, and unusual features. Cleaning old coins is strongly discouraged because improper cleaning can permanently damage surfaces and reduce collector value dramatically. Natural aging and original surfaces are usually preferred by serious numismatists. The fascination surrounding the Utah-themed quarter discussions and Liberty coin history continues growing as more people discover the excitement of coin collecting, whether someone is searching through pocket change, attending coin. Step 2, the year 1960, was an exciting time in the history of American coin collecting, and while there was no official state quarter program in the United States during that year, many collectors today imagine what a Liberty state quarter from 1960 might have looked like if the famous 50 state quarters program had existed decades earlier. In this video, we explore the fascinating story of Liberty-themed quarter dollars connected to the spirit of America in 1960, a period filled with economic growth, patriotic pride, and the continuing popularity of silver coins across the nation. During this era, the quarter dollar still featured the legendary image of George Washington on the obverse, but collectors often referred to these classic coins as Liberty quarters because Liberty had long been associated with American currency and national identity. The quarter dollar coins of the early 1960s were made from 90% silver, giving them both beauty and intrinsic value, and many Americans carried them daily, without realizing that decades later these coins would become highly collectible treasures admired around the world. In 1960, the United States Mint produced millions of Washington quarter dollars in Philadelphia and Denver, and these coins circulated heavily through banks, stores, vending machines, and small-town businesses across America. The shining silver surface, combined with the eagle design on the reverse, created a powerful symbol of American strength and independence during a time when the country was rapidly changing socially, politically, and economically. Collectors today search for rare examples of the 1960 quarter dollar because certain high-grade coins, double dies, and proof issues can sell for impressive amounts at auctions. Some specimens with exceptional mint luster and strong details have become prized possessions in professional coin collections, especially when graded in mint state condition by major grading companies. The history of the quarter dollar stretches back long before 1960, and Liberty played a central role in earlier designs, such as the standing Liberty quarter introduced in 1916. That beautiful coin featured Lady Liberty standing proudly with a shield and olive branch, representing both defense and peace. Even though the Washington design replaced the standing Liberty quarter in 1932, many collectors continue to connect the idea of liberty with all-American coinage, especially silver quarters. By 1960, silver coins remain an everyday part of life in the United States, and children often receive quarters as allowance money, lunch money, or small gifts from parents and grandparents. Few people imagined that within only a few years the silver content of circulating quarters would disappear forever. The Coinage Act of 1965 eventually removed silver from standard quarter dollars, making earlier coins like the 1960 quarter especially important to collectors and investors today. When people hold a 1960 quarter in their hands, they are touching a real piece of American history from the era of classic diners, jukebox music, family road trips, and the beginning of the space race. The sound of silver coins jingling in pockets became one of the unforgettable symbols of mid-century America. Many coin experts believe that high-quality 1960 quarters are underrated because they combine historical importance with precious metal value. Some collectors search through old rolls of coins hoping to discover uncirculated examples hidden away for decades in bank vaults or private collections. Others enjoy examining the details of the eagle feathers, the sharpness of Washington's portrait, and the original mint shine that makes silver quarters so visually appealing. Proof versions of the 1960 quarter were also produced for collectors at the Philadelphia Mint, featuring mirror-like surfaces and crisp details. These proof coins were carefully struck using polished dies and specially prepared planchets, making them highly desirable among numismatists. Over the years, some proof quarters develop attractive toning colors, such as blue, gold, purple, and green due to natural oxidation, increasing their appeal and value in the collector market. Rare error coins from 1960 have also captured the attention of enthusiasts. Certain double-die varieties, off-center strikes, and misprinted examples can command significant premiums depending on condition and rarity. Coin hunters often inspect old collections inherited from family members because valuable treasures may remain undiscovered inside forgotten coin jars and albums. The idea of liberty remains deeply connected to American coinage because liberty symbolizes freedom, hope, and the nation's enduring spirit. Even though the state quarter program officially began decades later in 1999, many collectors enjoy imagining how states might have been represented on quarter dollars during earlier eras like 1960. Some artists and hobbyists even create fantasy designs showing state landmarks combined with liberty-inspired imagery from classic American coins. These creative concepts remind people how strongly coin collecting connects art, history, and patriotism. During the 1960s, coin collecting became increasingly popular throughout the United States, and many young collectors started their hobbies by searching through pocket change. Blue Whitman coin folders were common in American homes, allowing collectors to fill empty spaces with coins from different years and mint marks. Finding a 1960 D quarter from Denver or a brilliant proof quarter from Philadelphia could feel like discovering hidden treasure. Television shows, newspapers, and hobby magazines frequently discuss rare coins, inspiring millions of Americans to learn more about the history of U.S. currency. As silver prices rose in later decades, many older quarters were melted down, reducing the surviving population of original 1,960 coins in high condition. This scarcity helped increase collector demand and market value over time. Today, certified mint state examples can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on grade and eye appeal. Some ultra-gem specimens with perfect surfaces are considered extremely rare and compete fiercely at major coin auctions. Collectors appreciate these coins not only for their financial value, but also for the stories they represent about American culture and daily life during the early 1960s. The craftsmanship of the United States Mint during this period remains highly respected because coins were struck with strong details and durable silver composition. Stay Plast, P. Washington quarter is one of the most collected coins in American history, and today we are exploring the fascinating story behind the 1984 P. Liberty State quarter dollar from the United States of America. This coin may appear ordinary at first glance, but collectors across the world continue searching through old pocket change and coin jars, hoping to discover rare examples worth surprising amounts of money. The year 1984 was an important period in American history, and every quarter produced during that time carried a piece of the nation's identity. Minted at the famous United States Mint facility in Philadelphia, the 1984 P quarter became part of millions of daily transactions, traveling through grocery stores, banks, restaurants, and vending machines all across America. Yet, hidden among the billions of normal coins are rare varieties and high-grade specimens that collectors prize today. When examining the 1984 P quarter closely, the first thing people notice is the famous portrait of George Washington on the front of the coin. His image has appeared on quarters since 1932, honoring the 200th anniversary of his birth. The word liberty proudly appears above Washington's head, symbolizing freedom and the foundation of the United States. Around the portrait are the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," and the date 1984. Because this coin was minted in Philadelphia after mint marks returned to quarters in 1980, you can find the small P mint mark beside Washington's ponytail. Many people overlook this tiny detail, but experienced collectors know mint marks are extremely important when determining rarity and value. The reverse side of the 1984 P quarter features a classic eagle design created by John Flanagan. The eagle spreads its wings proudly while holding arrows beneath olive branches, representing both military strength and peace. Around the edge appear the words United States of America and quarter dollar. This design remained on quarters for decades before the famous 50-state quarters program changed American coin collecting forever in 1999. Because of that later redesign, older Washington quarters like the 1984 P have become increasingly nostalgic for collectors who remember seeing them during childhood. The Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of 1984 P quarters, meaning the coin is common in circulated condition. However, rarity in coin collecting is not always about how many were minted. Sometimes value comes from condition, minting mistakes, or unusual varieties. Most 1984 P quarters found in circulation today show heavy wear. The details on Washington's hair may appear flat, and the eagle feathers on the reverse can become difficult to see after decades of use. Coins with scratches, discoloration, and worn edges are generally worth only face value. But if someone discovers a sharply struck example with strong luster and almost no wear, the value can rise dramatically. Collectors use grading systems to judge the condition of coins. Professional grading companies carefully examine surfaces, shine, scratches, and overall preservation before assigning a grade. A circulated 1984 P quarter may only be worth 25 cents, but a brilliant uncirculated specimen graded MS65 or higher could sell for much more. Some of the finest known examples have brought hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction because collectors compete fiercely for top-quality registry coins. The difference between an average quarter and a rare high-grade piece may look tiny to beginners, but experienced numismatists understand that perfection is extremely difficult to preserve. One reason collectors love the 1984 P quarter is the possibility of mint errors. Mint mistakes can occur during production when dies become damaged, misaligned, or improperly prepared. Some 1984 P quarters have been discovered with off-center strikes, doubled lettering, clipped planchets, or die cracks. These unusual coins often attract significant attention because every error tells a unique story about the minting process. A dramatic off-center strike, showing part of the design, missing can be especially valuable. Even small doubling on letters or numbers may increase interest among collectors searching for rare varieties. Another exciting aspect of the 1984 P quarter is the hunt itself. Coin collecting remains one of the few hobbies where treasure can still hide in everyday change. Many collectors search through bankrolls hoping to discover silver coins, rare dates, or mint errors. Although quarters from 1984 contain no silver, high-grade examples and rare mint mistakes still motivate collectors to keep searching. Stories frequently appear about people finding valuable coins in old jars, inherited collections, or forgotten drawers. That excitement keeps the hobby alive across generations. During the 1980s, the United States economy and culture were changing rapidly. Technology expanded, pop culture evolved, and everyday Americans carried coins like the 1984 P quarter in their pockets without imagining future collector interest. Coins serve as tiny historical documents connecting modern people with past decades. Holding a 1984 quarter today can remind collectors of old arcade machines, classic television shows, cassette tapes, and a very different America. Because coins travel constantly through society, each one carries invisible stories from the countless hands that once exchanged it. The metal composition of the 1984 P quarter also reflects important changes in American coinage history. Earlier quarters minted before 1965 contained 90% silver, but rising silver prices forced the government to switch compositions. By 1984, quarters were made from a copper core covered by outer layers of nickel. This clad composition allowed coins to remain affordable for mass production while maintaining durability in circulation. Although collectors often prefer silver coins for intrinsic metal value, clad quarters remain historically important because they represent modern American coinage. Many beginners ask how to identify whether a 1984 P quarter might be valuable. Experts recommend examining several key features. First, look for strong mint luster, meaning the coin still reflects light brightly. Second, inspect the surfaces for scratches, stains, or wear. Third, check carefully for mint errors or doubling. Finally, pay attention to overall strike quality, because some coins display sharper details than others.